welcome to my video, and this is episode 2 of Fast Fashion.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like that weird kid that like just wore
Brought
like
a suit to school.
yeah. But those were made by like arguably one of my favorite designers. I guess the wedding ring. Not that like I have anything against
Cancelled.
it. Creative director for Bottega, really transformed the brand. Don't worry, I bought a new one.
I'm so excited to kick off today's episode. I don't want to say your name just yet,
Okay.
but what are we eating today?
We're eating Trill Burgers.
Yay! Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go one by one and show you guys what we ordered. So I got the OG burger. It looks really, really good.
All right, I got the triple OG because I'm kind of a big bag.
That one has
Yeah.
3 pieces of meat. Alexis, what do you know about Trill Burgers?
Not much. I know that Bun B is the owner, but I've only had it once at the Houston Dynamo Stadium. But the fries look different, so maybe because it's a stadium, maybe they were different. I also
wanna
got
get a little
a
closer.
triple OG burger.
I started eating. I got the same thing as Anna, the OG burger, and the fries.
Dude,
The fries are really good.
All right, guys, so now we're gonna hear a little bit from our special guests today because I have other people in the car. We have an audience today. Okay, you can go ahead and kick us off.
My name is Grant Blue. Fun fact about me. Oh, I'm riding the MS-150
For the second
for
time.
a second time.
That is so impressive.
Yeah.
When is that?
In 2 weeks. The last time I trained was day 2 of last year's MS-150.
That's scary. Well, good luck. You've already heard from them, but I'm gonna give them a chance to introduce themselves. Go ahead and say your name and then tell me your favorite fashion piece.
I'm Alexis, and I'd say my favorite fashion piece right now is a pair of Lucchese boots that I own.
So my name is Stacy, and my favorite fashion piece would be my little mini Lani.
Okay, before we formally jump into things, everybody take a bite and let me know what y'all think.
Dude, the triple Oshi doesn't even look that big.
I was about to say, this is kind of small.
Yeah, I can probably smash like 2 of these easily.
Very flavorful.
Okay, so we're gonna dive into all about Grant, why he's on the show today, and he's gonna talk a little bit about his fashion journey. Grant, what's your first memory of being into clothes? Like, when was the moment that it clicked and it was more than just like fabric that you put on your body?
I would say like I vividly remember in like middle school when like it was like that era where everyone was wearing like Sperry's.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, that looks kind of sick. And then I guess like, that's kind of when it started, when my mom bought me a first pair of Sperry's. But at the time, all the kids were just like rocking it with like shorts and like Nike socks. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's kind of cringe.
Yeah.
But like, I guess like over time, because like my like personality is whatever I'm interested in, I always do like a bunch of research on it. So my style really took off by looking into like formal suiting. I didn't wear it though.
In middle school?
Yeah. So
Oh.
I actually learned a lot about like formal suiting.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like that weird kid that like just wore
Brought
like
a suit to
yeah. That I was like, dude, I can't do that. But I did a lot of research on it, and then after that, because like when you're in middle school and high school, you don't have like the money to like buy stuff, right? So I was just like looking from afar, but I really started buying and styling things on my own when I got into college and had like internship money and stuff like that.
Yeah. In middle school, when you were first getting into fashion, did you ever consume like media about fashion? Like, did you watch fashion shows or like fashion magazines?
I watched a lot of like fashion YouTube, like YouTubers who were into fashion. So at the time, because I was like really interested in like suiting. I don't even remember what the channel was called, but it was like this middle-aged man just like explaining like different cuts of like a men's suit. So you have like the double-breasted, you have like the single-breasted, and then you have like casual, like suiting, which is like linen suits. I was just interested in it. I knew I couldn't afford something like that at the time, but I know it just kept my interest going because
Yeah, I mean, it's super aspirational. I feel like for a lot of people, when they first discover that they're into fashion, it's things that you never picture you're gonna actually get.
yeah.
I have one more question before we move on to the next thing. When you were first discovering fashion, did your dad have any influence? Like, did you ever look at his closet and you were like, yeah, low-key, I could rock that one day?
No, I would say no. Like, if anything, like my parents try to influence me not to be into stuff like that, because they're like, dude, like you're like middle school, you don't have any of this kind of money.
Yeah.
Whatever clothes you get is what we buy for you. I was kind of rebellious, so that in turn like made me more interested in stuff like that. So like every time we would go on like school trips and stuff like that, like my parents would give me money, right? And I'll be like, oh, like, you know, if I only just spend like $5 of the money that my parents give me for a school trip, and like after enough like me just like kind of saving on the school trip money, then I can just go out and buy something on my own with my friends. So that's like kind of what I did. And I think the fact that my parents try to not get me interested in it or like turn me away from it made me even more interested.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad it turned out that way. Okay, well, now we know when you first got into fashion and you were in your suit era. When did you really hone in to luxury fashion? I know you said that once you got into college, you had like more spending money. Talk a little bit about that.
So my style really evolved from like the preppy look. That after that, I transitioned to like streetwear, which is like more like jeans with like the blowout knees, like, and then like baggy t-shirt. The streetwear era was like most of college, where I was really influenced by like Kanye, Justin Bieber. After a while, it just got like fashion just kind of got repetitive for me, and it was just like kind of boring. And then that's when I would say junior, senior years, when I first like got into like Japanese fashion, like Japanese Americana fashion. It's like Japanese fashion that was influenced by Americans, and then they made it their own kind of like style. So like, and then that naturally transitioned into like luxury wear. After I graduated college was when I like really dabbled in like luxury fashion, like Prada, Balenciaga, Bottega, stuff like that.
It's interesting that you say that like at one point you felt like fashion got a little bit repetitive. I feel like in women's fashion, like, yes, you see repetition in that like certain trends come back into style or go out of style, but I know Alexis complains about this a lot. He feels like when he shops in department stores, menswear is always the same.
Like it never changes.
Like he can always he has so many of the same express button downs because they just don't change. It's the same thing over and over again. So do you feel like the international angle is like the best way to keep things fresh?
So like this may sound kind of elitist.
Go ahead.
But like nowadays, I don't really even like buy things from like department store brands. Like, not that like I have anything against
Cancelled.
it. Not that I have anything against it, but just like over time, like how like fashion is like now for like me like going through like this whole process, is everything's just like kind of funnels down from like the top. So like whatever like Prada is like releasing or whatever, over time it just kind of funnels down to like department store brands. You kind of go down like this really big rabbit hole, and it's kind of hard to answer. Like people who are like really into fashion, like a lot of the times they'll say like, oh, you know, like luxury fashion is like made with like better quality materials. It's like there's like more like care, like more attention to detail. Like all those things are like true to a certain extent before like price, where like most of the price is just influenced by like the brand's name. Like even though I say all these things, but like by no means do I have like the insane amount of budget or money to like buy those items from like luxury brand lines. But what I will say, to find something that's not super cookie cutter, a good way is like secondhand stores, like going vintage shopping.
Should we do a mini game? Yay! Okay, so what I'm gonna do, you guys, is I'm gonna show you guys different pictures of luxury goods, and you guys are gonna guess the price. And they're like the iconic pieces of these brands. So I feel like
Wait, are we guessing like their retail price?
retail price.
Or like, okay.
Retail price.
Okay, Louis Vuitton
Okay.
purse.
Well, how much do you think it is?
I'd say $7.99.
I feel like I should know this, but I'm gonna say 1K.
I think it's like, for some reason, I think it's like 1800.
Okay, are you guys ready for the price? That was the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, and it retails for $2,030.
Yeah,
So you're the closest.
It was more affordable than that.
It used to be. It used to be. Okay. Next one, again, another iconic item.
I'd say like 500.
Okay.
The first number that came into my mind was 2,500, but that might be way too much.
340.
The price was $490. So Alexis was the closest.
Louis Vuitton was
2K.
2K. And the Chanel is a little downgrade? Or no? No?
No.
3.5.
I'm gonna say 4K.
Okay. Your guess?
I think it's 4.9.
4.9. The retail price for a Chanel boy bag is $6,900.
I suck at this game.
Who was the closest? You were the closest? Okay, this is the most popular Rolex design. The Submariner.
I'm gonna say 3,000 as well.
I'm gonna say 4K again.
Okay.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that's like 25,000.
Actually, the retail price is $9,200. Like before embellishments. Before embellishments. Okay, last one for this mini game. The Dior saddle bag.
That's the dream bag.
I know, same.
8,000.
I've been looking at secondhand prices, so 6K.
4,000?
That's really close. Retail price is $4,400.
Okay.
Okay.
It depends.
4,000 was like the resale price.
No, this is retail, but it depends. This is like the basic black one.
Okay.
Who won? I wasn't keeping track.
Dude, I don't,
Okay. Yay!
I don't know.
Congrats. Are we
Yay.
surprised? No. What is your favorite designer piece, and do you have it with you today?
Favorite designer piece? Low-key have a lot,
Okay, give us a tour.
but I guess I am wearing one of them. No, this is gonna... I hope my feet don't
No,
stink.
I'll get a shot of it outside, and I'll layer it on here.
My favorite piece is what I'm wearing on my feet right now. It's Fall Winter 17 Bottega Veneta calfskin
And
boots.
also known as
derbies.
the couch shoes.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
lovingly known as the cat shoes by Stacy.
But those were made by like arguably one of my favorite designers. His name was Daniel Lee. He was creative director for Bottega, really transformed the brand because previously to him like getting into this position at Bottega was kind of dying. Because they didn't really have like standout pieces that like wow customers to like be interested in the brand, because a lot of like Louis Vuitton, they have like a lot of like signature pieces that drag customers in into like buying, but Bottega didn't really have anything of the sort. They're kind of just like outdated until Daniel Lee came in and turned things around. So other like favorite fashion pieces are like this brand called Chrome Hearts, which
Oh,
I'm, like,
yeah.
wearing. My favorite, I'm not wearing it right now because I lost it,
I
but
heard.
but don't worry, I bought a new one.
Where did you buy it? Like secondhand?
I bought it. I bought it secondhand, but secondhand prices are even more expensive than the actual
Oh, that's not fun.
price. But it's because it's just like the brand is just like so limited, and it's like one of their more popular designs. And like Virgil Abloh was seen like wearing it. The creative.
Who's Virgil Abloh?
He was creative director for like Off-White.
Oh. Like, what are these jeans? Tell me about these jeans.
These pants are from a brand called O-Files. It's a Copenhagen-based brand.
How much of your wardrobe is secondhand versus new? And I know you touched on this a little bit already.
Maybe 75% of my wardrobe is like secondhand.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and then only 25% is like new that I bought, like whether it be online or like in store.
Yeah. When I graduated from high school, I purged all the clothes in my closet, and I told myself I wasn't going to shop new for a whole year. And it definitely did change my style, because you can't just walk into the store and like buy whatever else everyone else is wearing.
Yeah.
I think that was a pivotal moment to like finally deciding what personal style would be. That's really, really cool.
And then like buying secondhand also, I don't know for you, but it made me know what my exact measurement is. So like I would go into like a secondhand store, and I don't even need to try it on. I can just look at it, and I don't know that if it will fit or if it will look good.
Yeah. And in a way, it makes you more selective. I've heard things of people saying like, okay, like going to Goodwill or shopping secondhand or whatever makes people more wasteful because clothes is less expensive. It just depends what you're looking for. But I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like I think a lot more about the things that I'm buying secondhand. I mean, the life of those items is arguably going to be a lot longer because I think older clothes are just made a lot better.
Yeah, they are, for sure.
Craziest trade or find story? Like maybe trade gone wrong or like super good deal you didn't think you'd get?
So craziest find was this brand called Guidi. This brand, they do like really detailed like leather working, and they're into this process called object dyeing, where like they craft their like leather boots, let's say, and if it's supposed to be black, then they dump all the uncolored, unfinished boots into like a big washing machine.
Okay.
But this washing machine it includes like the dye. So in this case, if it was black boots, it'll have black dye.
Yeah.
And it would just like spin as like the dye hits all the boots that are in this like bin. And then at the end, because it's like object dye, not everything's gonna look like 1-to-1. Like a pair of boots may, even between the left and the right, may look a little different because it's not, the dyeing process is different than just like, you know, meticulously like dyeing it, but it's just like done in like a bin. The cool thing was I found these pair of boots for like a really good steal. Like at the time, they were retailing for like on Essence or Farfetch for like $750. But I got them for like, I'm pretty sure like 300, around 300. And then when I was time for me to resell, the prices soared to like 1,200, 1,300 per pair. So I sold it, but then the guy filed like a chargeback. So then I lost 1,300.
Wait, why? How?
Because I was big into like selling on Grailed. And then the guy like mentioned that whenever I sold it to the guy, he was saying like, oh, you know, like there's some like issues with the boots. I was just like, dude, this is just how it is. Like, it was just normal wear and tear. There's like nothing I can like tell you. Like on my listing, in my item description, I said condition like 7 out of 10. Like that should already tell you that like, you know, there may be some things wrong, but they're definitely still wearable. Yeah. But the guy ended up finding like a chargeback on his card, and then PayPal sent me a notice saying that I had to refund the seller $1,300.
And what about your shoes?
Dude, he just kept them. Wow. He just got like a free pair of Guidis.
Well.
So that was like the craziest find because I got them for such a huge steal, but also like an unfortunate
trade. Yeah. Dude, that's awful. That's bad karma. He'll get what he dished out. Yeah. That's awful. What's your advice for someone who wants to start collecting luxury goods?
I would say like first figure out what kind of style you're into. Like for me, I definitely spent like an astronomical amount of money throughout this whole like fashion journey, quote unquote, because I was just experimenting with like a bunch of different things along the way. If someone who's starting out now, I would just say like, don't follow the trends, just like find something that you're into and then just kind of stick with that and then just build on top of that.
I think that's so hard to find nowadays though, because sometimes style is like innate. Like you started to explore when you were like 12, 13. Yeah. And nowadays, if you're just now getting into it, and this is what I preach a lot in my videos, like don't spend that much online trying to figure out what you're gonna wear. It should really come from your own sense, your own inspirations, and what your life looks like. All right, next mini game. We're gonna play Style It or Skip It. And I'm gonna show you guys a bunch of wacky designer pieces. And you're gonna tell me if you'd style it or you just skip it. Okay, first one is gonna be the Balenciaga 9 a.m. coffee cup clutch. So this is a purse.
Wait, so it's just that?
Yeah, would you style it or would you skip it?
I would style it.
Okay.
It doesn't seem
It's not
that
hard.
crazy. Yeah, it's not
It's
hard.
like those food clutches that
Yeah.
you see. I would style that one. I feel like that one is easy to style since it's a neutral color.
Wait,
I
am I
agree.
am I saying like would I personally style it,
Yeah,
or
would you style it?
or like in general, like? But
No, for
me,
you.
for me probably not.
You wouldn't style it? Like, you're not gonna show up to the next, like, function with your clutch?
So like I'm not really big into like logos.
I
I mean I have some logo pieces, but I feel like that's just kind of
Yeah.
it's just
Sure,
kind of
okay.
extra.
It's gimmicky. It's gimmicky.
You can just use your hand to cover the logo.
Okay, next one is, I don't know how to pronounce this brand. I think it's Mischief. Big Red Boots. They're actually on sale right now. Alexis.
What? That looks like.
3D print.
No, I'll skip that. That looks like Yoshi's boots, or right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip it too.
Oh, darn.
Dude, I'm skipping that. There's no way I could be caught seen wearing that.
These are actually on sale for $1,438.
Yeah, you can keep that.
It looks like it's foam or something.
They're rubber.
They're rub.
Yeah.
It's like made out of rubber.
Okay,
The
next
TPU.
one. It's called the Balenciaga Crocs Madame.
Wait there.
I
What?
remember those.
You're like, I know her.
I'm skipping.
Oh. Wait, you don't want Crocs with the heel?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm skipping too.
I mean, I won't be wearing this,
Okay.
but
Would you put it on Stacy?
yeah.
Stacy! He's preying on your downfall. Okay, these retail for... Oh, actually, no. They're only resale, and the price that I found was $750. Last one is called the Rick Owens Black Portville Anubis Down Jacket. This is what it looks like.
No, skipping too.
Really?
Yeah. It looks like a neck pillow.
Yeah, is that part detachable?
I couldn't tell.
I think it is actually.
If it's detachable, then okay.
Dude, like if the top piece wasn't there,
Yeah.
it would be fire. But like that
What? You don't think the top piece
I mean,
is what makes it like
That's a good travel jacket.
Yeah, it is.
Plane, you can see.
Yeah, it's very functional.
do you know Naruto?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's orange one with the white puff. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I like Rick Owens, but not that.
this one resale value is $1,436. Let's start with, what's your fashion hot take?
Fashion hot take.
Yeah.
I hate it when people wear like fancy dress shoes with like no show socks.
Why?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like there just has to be fabric. Like I hate seeing the ankles. The ankles have to be covered up. Another hot take is cowboy boots. Low key kind of hit.
No, that's not a hot take.
Okay.
We live in Texas. I feel like that's a good take. That's not a hot take. It is a staple. I agree.
But the pants have to be over.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
1,000%. Do you guys have any fashion hot takes?
I don't.
Oh,
I used to hate it when people wore sneakers and jeans together. But that was back then, like, when we wore, like, skinny jeans. Skinny jeans and sneakers were a no-go.
so what would you wear?
It had to be, like, sandals or, like,
Okay.
slippers or flip-flops or something.
Or canvas shoes.
Or boots.
Tell me a little bit about your best looks. I hope you talk about your wedding look. Maybe we should ask Stacy.
My full pleated suit
I was
was
just about to say that. You're full pleated.
Yeah, tell us about that suit. I think that's an interesting look.
Oh yeah.
so that brand is a Japanese brand called Issei Miyake. I got all the pieces when I was about to propose to Stacy. I already knew that I wanted to wear something interesting like that because I was already into the brand.
And you've always wanted a suit.
But I knew that wasn't gonna be my only suit.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I can go crazy. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa. But I ended up buying a lapel pin. The lapel pin is Chrome Hearts.
Oh, we're gonna need that detail shot.
Chrome Hearts doesn't make those pins anymore. So their brand is like very conservative. There's no online presence.
Oh, I remember you saying
Yeah,
this.
all of their stuff is just like in store or through like. They kind of follow. Yeah, they kind of follow the trajectory of like Hermes or like Rolex, where like you have to buy a lot and then you can get connected to like a rep, where they like or they'll like reach out to you directly, be like, we got new pieces coming in, let me know if you're interested, I can save you one. So they kind of follow like that kind of trajectory. But like those pins were made like back in like the 80s 90s, but they stopped making it because it's too easy to like, you can put that on anything and you can call it chrome. You're like, oh, like I chromed the hat. But so they stopped making it because it's too easy to like add on to whatever.
Yeah. And then they lose control of like the look of the brand.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So you ended up getting your suit, the pin, before you proposed to Stacy.
Oh, the pin I got later on. But the
Oh.
suit, was what I proposed to Stacy in. And the boots I was wearing are a pair of Saint Laurents. They're so Saint Laurent way back in the time of like the early 2000s. The creative director was called Hedi Slimane. He drove the brand more into like the rock star, like really slim fit looking look. And he made an iteration of the YSL Wyatts, the Wyatt boots. Those are probably like my favorite looking boot than any of the new iterations that are out now. But so I wore those.
Was that all secondhand?
So the suit, no, I bought new, or I traded. The boots I bought secondhand from a seller who was selling it from Japan. Yeah.
We're gonna play one more mini game. This one's called Fast Fashion Rapid Fire. So you gotta answer it. Okay, quick, no explanation. Sneakers or boots? Alexis?
Sneakers.
Sneakers.
Boots.
Vintage or new?
New.
New.
Vintage.
Again, not surprised. One item you can't live without, like fashion
The
related.
Lucchese.
My ring.
Which ring?
The Aggie ring.
Both rings.
Probably accessories, yeah.
No, one.
One?
specific.
Oh. I guess the wedding ring.
Alexis?
Wait, you should answer these questions too.
I feel like now I'm peer pressured to say my ring. Okay, do it again, but you can't say your ring.
My Pauline bags.
One.
One.
My Bottegas, I guess.
Good answer. For me, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. If I had to answer right now, heels.
Which one?
Heel.
Left or right? No, I'm kidding.
Left. No. Just like a good. I have like a really good pointy leather kitten heel from Anthropology, and I feel like I really couldn't live without it. I wear it a lot. Okay, next one. Overdressed or underdressed?
Overdressed.
Overdressed.
Yeah, I guess overdressed.
I have to go overdressed because 9 times out of 10 I do feel overdressed. Okay, all black or all denim?
All black.
All black.
All black.
I'll say all denim. Maximalism or minimalism?
Minimalism.
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 I think I'm gonna go minimalism. Unless we're talking about home, then that's maximalism.
Yeah.
We're done. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being on Fast Fashion Grant. Stacy in the back, and then my lovely husband Alexis. It was so fun to have you guys on the show. All right, Grant. If people want to know more about you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. The handle is something some with like 3 underscores. Then you can just follow
Yeah. Yeah.
and then do like a little sparkle at the end.
Anywhere you want to plug Stacy?
I was gonna plug my normal Instagram, but
Wait, do you have a different Instagram?
well, no, it's private.
Oh, okay, keep it private. Oh wait, your Instagram's private.
I'll do the art one.
Okay. Stacy's gonna plug her art account.
It's just Stacy Lee Art and Design. It's quite long.
Sis, do you want to plug your socials?
I mean, I only use Instagram really. My posts are really just collabs of yours.
Oh yeah, if you if you want to see me more, follow Alexis.
Arevalo 2167.
Perfect. All right, that was it for this episode. Make sure to keep an eye out for episode number 3. I'm going to have my lovely, lovely friend Maddie on the show next. And that's it. Bye. Everybody say bye. Bye.